The American Revolution was over, but even after gaining independence, tensions between America and Britain did not end. In the seas, in trade, and in politics, the conflict between the two countries continued to escalate. The year 1812, America and Britain once again stood face to face. This was the war that is known in history as America's Second War of Independence. In today's documentary, we will learn the complete story of the War of 1812, why this war began, how it was fought, and how it transformed America. The beginning of the war. Just a few years after America gained its independence, Britain began to infringe upon American interests once again. The first major reason was impressment. The British Navy would stop American ships and forcibly recruit American sailors into the British Navy. America considered this a direct attack on its honor and freedom. The second reason was interference in trade. Britain and France were at war, and both had imposed restrictions on American trade. This caused the American economy to decline. The third reason was arming Native American tribes. America alleged that Britain was inciting these tribes to attack American settlements. Because of all these reasons, a group in Congress called the War Hawks began demanding war against Britain. Finally, on June, the attack on Canada. America's initial plan was to conquer Canada, but this proved to be a huge mistake. The American army was weak, their strategy was unclear, while the British soldiers and Canadian militia were well prepared. America launched 3 major attacks, but each time they were forced to retreat. The dream of conquering Canada was shattered before it even began. The battle. Although America appeared weak on land, at sea, America surprised the world. American ships like the USS Constitution and the USS United States inflicted major defeats on the British Navy. The USS Constitution came to be called Old Ironsides because of its strength and victories. This was the first time that the new American Navy directly challenged a superpower like Britain at sea and won. The White House was burned down. In 1814, Britain launched a major counterattack against America. British troops entered Washington, D.C., and there, one of the most shocking moments in history occurred. British soldiers set fire to the White House, the Capitol building, and several other government buildings. The entire city was engulfed in smoke and flames within hours. The burning of America's capital was the most devastating sight of this war. The Battle of Baltimore and the national anthem. After Washington, Britain's next target was Baltimore. Fort McHenry was bombarded continuously all night, but the fort did not fall. When the smoke cleared in the morning, the American flag was still proudly waving in the air. Seeing this sight, Francis Scott Key wrote the poem that would later become America's national anthem, The Star-Spangled Banner. The Battle of New Orleans. The most famous battle of the War of 1812 took place in New Orleans. General Andrew Jackson assembled a formidable army made up of farmers, sailors, local fighters, and his own soldiers. The large British army attacked New Orleans, but Jackson's strategy was so strong that the British army suffered a crushing defeat. The interesting fact is that the peace treaty ending the war had already been signed at the time of this battle, but the news reached both armies too late. The end of the war, December 24, 1814. The Treaty of Ghent was signed, and the war officially ended. No territory was gained, and no territory was lost. But this war made America much stronger internally. Andrew Jackson became a national hero. The prestige of the American Navy increased, and a new national unity was forged in the country. The changing face of America. The War of 1812 gave America a new identity. Now America was a strong, independent nation capable of defending its maritime freedom, its trade, and its borders against any power in the world. This war proved that the newly formed America was the War of 1812, a war that further strengthened America's independence. This war transformed America's national spirit, its courage, and its identity. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video.